So, dude,
What?
did you hear about that intervention they try to have for Kelly? So, you know how Kelly won't quit the tour?
Yeah.
His whole family sat him down. Like, they had a barbecue. He thought they were throwing him, like, a congratulations for being Kelly party.
Yeah.
But it was actually an intervention. Like, we think you should quit. You're 67.
Yeah. What did he say?
Dude, you didn't see the clip?
No.
He went ape Kelly, you need to retire. Kelly! 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 Kelly, you need to stop! Kelly, stop! No, I will not retire. Who said retire? Don't you ever tell me to retire. Kelly, I'm tweeting out you should retire. Kelly!
What's going on here?
Cops! Who called the cops? Get out of here! Yeah! Get out of here! I will not retire.
Hey, how's it? You know the rules.
Dude, how was your week? What'd you do this week?
I got in a fight
You did?
with a lifeguard
Did you really? At the beach or the pool?
at the beach.
You love public pools.
One of my, Achilles heel.
One of your Achilles heels is what?
Like junior lifeguards.
Oh, like beginner rookie boys?
Usually it's girls.
Oh.
And whenever they yell at me, it's like, it's so hard for me to not get mad.
Because they're like, they don't know.
Well, I know they're just doing their job.
Right.
But it's like, maybe don't whistle at locals.
Mm.
Like, just walk up to me.
Right. Well, how did they know you're local? You're tan?
Well, I have a surfboard and I'm
Yeah.
surfing.
Inner light.
I feel like anyone with a surfboard, they're probably locals. And then people that are spraying sunscreen all over them and then
Right.
go in the water and float off.
Especially lifeguards, because they can tell.
Well, I see them every morning.
Right.
They see me. I have my giant paddleboard.
What happened? Tell the story.
Well, it's like every year there's just always one girl that will whistle at me.
And it pisses you off.
Well, it's like it's my problem. It's not their problem.
Okay.
It's my ego.
All right.
It's hard when you've been living somewhere before lifeguards started. So it's like, I used to live here when no one was here, and now
Weird.
you're yelling at me.
So there used to be no lifeguards?
When I was a kid,
There was no lifeguards on the beach.
wasn't until the 90s.
I didn't know that.
And then when those lifeguards, they were all surfers. So we would just surf in front of them, and they're like, yeah! And then sometime in the early O's, they started, you can't surf on the left side of the pier.
Yeah, dude. That sucks.
So what happened was I do my paddle, and then I sit under the pier and meditate.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting there meditating, and I didn't realize my board's floating off.
Really?
So it's 9 a.m. There's no one on the beach.
Right.
They see me every morning. I'm there before them. So I'm like, and my board floated off. And then, I'm like 10 feet off the beach, and all of a sudden I hear this whoosh, whoosh. Like, she's just whistling as hard as she...
Why don't you just walk over to you?
Well, that's what I was mad about.
Oh.
So I'm like, come out. I'm like, just come out. And I could tell she just put lotion on her legs, and she's like, I don't want to get my legs wet.
Dude.
Like, you can tell it's a girl. It's like she does it for one summer.
Right.
She gets pregnant and never goes again.
One friend got her the job.
So it's just like, can there not be any kind of like community type respect towards surfers and lifeguards? Like,
Did you just kind of ignore the whistle for a minute?
no, it scared me. I was like, oh. And I look at her, I'm like all my meditation went out the window.
B1.
And I was like, come out here. And she's like,
You're talking about like her sunscreen lotion? She didn't want to get it sandy?
she didn't want to get it wet. Lifeguards, they don't want to get in the water. That's
Right.
why they whistle.
Yeah, their whistle does the work.
And I feel like for locals, like, just go and talk to them.
Right.
Like, It's like you're not a policeman. You actually can't do anything. You have to
Right.
call someone to do something.
Right.
Like, just be cool to us, because, like, when the surf's big, you're going to need me.
Right, to go save
Because,
somebody.
like, you're not going to paddle out and giant
Right.
surf. Like, it's going to be us. Like, we're friends.
Yeah, they should be. So how do we fix this? Take away the whistles.
Well, they need to talk to their junior lifeguards. I
Right.
know the older guys, they're cool. It's just hey, this is a community still. It's not
Right.
all about tourists. Like, people that live here. Like,
Right.
don't
Respect.
yell at them. Like, if you see a surfer, walk up to them,
Right.
swim out 5 feet and talk to them.
Right.
But she's just like, and in my mind, it's like, dude, I've been dealing with this for 30 years now. Like, there's someone new every summer. Like,
Right.
just got the job. Like,
Little Betsy.
you're gonna yell at me. Like, I know we can't surf here. I get it. There wasn't one ripple of wave.
So your board went out in the water and she wanted you to just go get it?
So I'm under the pier. So the right side you can surf.
Oh,
the left side you
right.
can't. So I'm like, and my board just barely goes because it's flat. So it's just like,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like, and I look back and she's like, I'm like, why are you on it?
So stupid. My kids just went to a public pool the other day and they had to get out because some kid pooped in it. Yeah, and I don't
Did the
go to,
lifeguards make you though?
I don't go to public pools. My kids were with some friends and they had to go to a different pool.
It's like one of the most dangerous things you can do.
Dude, staph infection, Band-Aids.
That's how AIDS started, I think.
Public pools. They're sick. Ugh.
Like,
Like sick. So you know how you got invited to Laird's house?
Yeah.
By Gabby?
right.
I wanted to kind of prep you so that when you get there you know everything to know about Laird. So see, these are multiple choice questions. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Turn on the music.
Okay. Here we go. We're in the Do You Know Laird game. Fat breath.
Fat breath?
When you're fat, you have to take a fat breath.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Fat breath?
The power just flickered. You
Restart.
closed your eyes and the power flickered. Is everything good? Okay. Laird claims to have discovered the mythical Surfer's Stone. What does he believe this enchanted rock does? A. Grants him the power to control tides. B. Attracts dolphins to ride waves with him. Or C. The power to shoot the Huntington Pier once a year.
Definitely the pair.
Yep. Laird Hamilton is also an entrepreneur. Which of the following businesses did he start? Sunglasses that make you see the ocean in high definition, a line of wetsuits made from recycled mermaid tails, or custom Laird shin ties?
Shin ties.
Yep. Laird Hamilton once surfed a wave so big that it had its own gravitational pull. What did he do to prepare for that moment? A. Did he practice yoga with the moon to align his chakras? B. Consumed an entire ocean's worth of seafood for strength? Or C.
For strength.
Hold on. Or C. Trained by watching a marathon of Baywatch episodes?
Definitely the seafood.
Laird Hamilton is a renowned big wave surfer, but what's his secret to staying calm during a massive wipeout? Is it A. Counting seashells? B. Reciting inspirational quotes from Oprah? Or C. Imagining himself naked?
Naked.
Yeah. Laird Hamilton has been rumored to have a hidden treasure buried somewhere on the remote island. What is in the treasure? A. Kelly Slater's moon shoes. B. Kelly Slater's hair from his last haircut. Or C. A lifetime of supply of custom Laird shin ties.
Haircut.
Yeah, you got it. You did it. I think you're ready to meet Laird. Did you have a best friend in high school?
No.
Really? Not a single person that was your homie.
Everyone didn't like me.
Really? What happened? Tell the story. No one liked you. And I went to a small high school, so everyone knew each other and pretty friendly.
Yeah, your school was probably happier.
Yeah.
Well, what's messed me up in high school is I feel like the town I grew up in, it's like kind of a jealous type town.
Yeah.
Like everywhere I traveled in the world, like Hawaii or Brazil. Or it's like a brotherhood. Like they stick together and they love each other. And if you win, they win. I never felt that in Pensacola. Like anything I did, it was like,
Everyone's jealous.
Yeah, it was a very jealous town. So like, I made the worst mistake you could make.
What, as a high schooler?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
So I won this huge contest called the Junior Olympics.
Locally?
I went to the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
And so at the time, it was like a big deal because surfing was getting into the Olympics.
Oh,
and that was the first like step. So I won like the international. I won, like beat all these international kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I got home, ABC News came to the school to interview me.
Ooh.
Which you think would
make people be like, dude, Sterling's sick.
Yeah. But it backfired. I remember we're in the gymnasium and the news cameras come in and like ABC News, and I remember like they like came and interviewed me. Like I had a microphone, and like it was the first day of school, so everyone meets in the gymnasium.
Right.
And like blah blah blah. So they're like, you won the contest, and they gave me like my medal. They put the medal on me. I'm like, ding 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 ding.
How old were you?
It was 9th grade.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, I'm about to freaking crush school.
You started off like, yeah.
But it totally backfired. Like all the older guys, they all got super jealous. So I remember they all wore Jinkos, the older guys.
Yeah.
They had the huge pants.
Yeah.
And I remember going to the bathroom, and I walk in, and they're all like, oh, and like walk away. And I see like Sterling sucks dick.
Oh,
like real big.
on their Jinkos? On the wall?
On the bat, like the main part of the wall, they real big. Sterling sucks dick.
Dang.
And I was like, oh. Like, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, what?
Your heart's
I was like, no, I don't. So like, I'm tripping out. So I come back the next day. 20 more. Sterling's mom smells like this.
Poop.
Or Sterling this, Sterling that.
So it just caught on.
And then, dude, by the end of the month, I'm not exaggerating, every part of the bathroom was Sterling sucks something. Sterling, literally the entire, and they never took it. They never took it down.
It was the janitor doing it?
Well, it was back in the day where they just let things slide for a while.
Yeah.
So, like a month and a half in, the bathroom looked black, but it was really my name. Like, I hate Sterling with it forever. And I remember I went home and told my dad, and I was like crying and sad.
Oh.
And my dad was like, if people don't hate you, then it means you're not doing anything good.
I understand that.
And I was like, So, like, he gave me and he told me some stories. He's like, you know, I've had haters my whole career.
Right.
So I went back to school, and all the older guys, they're like, there's one little sliver left.
They're like,
but I took the marker out of the guy's hand. I was like, and I wrote Sterling sucks, whatever. And they were like, what?
dude.
And it totally flipped it, and they picked me up, and they carried me down the hallway, and I was like, yeah,
I suck.
and it was like, everyone was like, yeah, he sucks.
Weird. So you just flipped it on them.
When I did that, I never had issues again. But what's funny is they carried me all the way down the hallway, and then they put me in the trash can.
Dude, it's true. People do not like when other people are doing good. They don't like it.
Especially at that age. Like, high school is ruthless.
I heard this one analogy. It's like crabs in a bucket, and like they just want to like no one can get out of the bucket, and the crabs just bring each other down. Like it's like a terrible. It's all insecurity. Hold on, I remember when it was your birthday party, and we were at the skating rink, and there was jealousy because you were like so good on rollerblades. And I remember being at your birthday party, and you were spinning everywhere, and I could like barely move. And I remember being like, Sterling sucks. He's too like jealous. All it takes for a boy is if you think a girl you like kind of likes that guy. So then you're like, I hate that guy.
Right.
So those guys probably had girls that liked you.
It was all about girls.
So they ran to the bathroom like,
No, that's for sure. They saw the gold medal and they're like, we have to put a stop to this.
dude, imagine if you let that ruin your whole life.
Well, high school really changed me.
Yeah.
Like, I was super confident and just kind of a jock, I felt like. And then high school, that happened the first week.
They knocked you down a peg.
Yeah, like, those guys kept putting me in the trash can. And the way I stopped that,
You put yourself in
I just jumped in. And they're like, nah.
What a weird way to do things. You just punch yourself in the face?
I was so much shorter in high school.
Yeah.
And the soccer players were the cool guys.
Yeah.
So they would shave their heads and wear their shorts really small, their umbros, and
Yeah.
they would walk through the halls and girls would be like, oh my gosh.
Look at his umbros. Soccer players
Remember
were
umbros?
cool? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
umbros.
some reason they were the cool
Because
guys.
Gulf Breeze is weird.
Because they're like the richest.
I always
county.
thought football players were the cool ones in the Panhandle.
For some reason soccer players had.
Had the upper hand for that year. Weird.
And surf, I was like one of the few surfers in the school. So it was an outcast sport.
It doesn't make sense to me because it's such a surf culture.
Well,
Yeah.
now it is.
Yeah, now it is. Because it's
It
like,
wasn't when I was growing up.
Hmm.
I was always considered an outcast. But in high school, I started wearing my glasses, my frames.
Yeah.
And it just, everything changed.
What's
Like,
your-
I went from middle school, like Crush. I was like the Fonzie. and then high school, it switched. And no one wanted to sit with me at lunch. I remember sitting by myself at lunch.
dude, you shouldn't have won.
I went to my junior year,
Yeah.
and that's when I quit.
Yeah. You and me, I was homeschooled for a semester, and you and me did the same homeschool material. And for some dumb reason, they gave you a cheat book that your mom's supposed to lock away, but my mom just left it somewhere.
Well, you're supposed to grade them yourself.
I know. Dude, stupid.
So you just fill it
So
in?
you grab the book and you just fill it in, and it was so awesome.
Wow, I don't have to learn.
What's weird about high school is some of these kids put so much importance on it, and they don't realize it's like a little blip of their lives.
Right.
They're like, this is it. And in 2 years, they're like, I don't even remember their names. That's
Yeah.
cool that your dad kind of sat you down and was like, taught you the rules.
Well, it pushed me to travel.
Right, because you wanted to get out of the Jinko bathroom.
I remember I went to Hawaii for Christmas that year. I was like, why don't I just stay here?
Yeah.
And that next year, I think I went to the beginning of my sophomore year, and then when I went to Hawaii, I never came back.
Dude, I remember when we were young and you'd never be home for Christmas, and I'm such a Christmas guy. I'm like, how does he do that? Like, you want to be home for
I'm
Santa.
in Hawaii with hula girls.
But I love
How does he do it?
Christmas. No, I was like, you got to be home for Christmas. You got to look at the Christmas lights.
And I don't think I ever was at Christmas.
That's why I love Christmas and you don't, because you didn't grow up with all the fun little dumb memories. You were hiding from Jinko boys.
I was in Hawaii,
Yeah, you
surfing
were.
pipeline.
You were having way more fun. I was with Opa, our grandpa.
Furly, setting up
Setting up
trains.
trains under his freaking Christmas tree.
How can Sterling not do this?
Look what he's missing. You're like,
I'm in pipeline, like. You're like,
I'm playing with my grandpa's trains. Oh,
Rick Rubin. Screw you, Ocean. I don't need you. Take a little behind. I can hang five without even looking, mother truckers. Keep playing. Play my song. Rick Rubin, he doesn't understand the rules.
why is he, most people are like very respectful to the
He
ocean.
must be dyslexic.
He just flicks the ocean off.
He does everything the opposite what you're supposed to do. Look at him. He's like passes about. He's like, screw you, Ocean. I don't need you. And then he turns his back to it and hangs five, but with his heel.
Yeah.
He's like, one and two and. This is Kelly and his godson Jackson Dorian.
Yeah?
They've been practicing this new trick. You know the Iron Lotus the kid nailed?
Right.
Now they're trying to neck lotus.
Oh.
There she goes. Ah! He goes. Ah, Kelly! And then, boom. Ta-da! And then he tries to hit the lotus. He's like, what a legend. I love this chick because she's like, you know what? I've done this before, and I'm going to go down this. And then she still almost pulled it, and it was like, Goosh! That reminds me of everything in my life. Like when I'm walking to my van, like one thing will hit me, and it's just like,
You get mad at like an inanimate object. Mm-hmm. Dude, I do that all the time.
you like stare at it, you're like, you're about to punch the window. You're like,
I was just going to say that when your elbow catches something, you're like,
lucky. So me, Kelly, and Laird started this new foil program.
Yeah.
And we crossed the Bering Strait together. And we're like, let's cross.
When do you do this?
We do this every Christmas. And we sail from Greece to Athens.
So who's in lead?
I'm in the middle. Because
Right.
I like... Kelly's, of course, in the front.
Right.
And Laird's like, you know what? I don't mind holding the caboose.
Dude, Kelly's advertisement company, they're smart.
I hear Kelly's really going the distance with this brand.
Well, I heard they didn't do too well when they dropped him, so he's having to go out and really...
He's got to step it up.
He's
like, I'll show you.
He's really got to move some product.
So Kelly, he's got the moon shoes on. He's like... That was such good jumps. Oh, I can see his head.
Yeah.
Whoa, these guys are pissed.
What's funny is he could have just used anybody, but for some reason he wanted to be in the suit.
Why is he taunting them?
Yeah.
Why are they mad? I'd be laughing so hard.
I know, like, what are they going to do? Can we segue real quick to golfing? Why is golfing such a big... like, people love it.
I don't get it.
What do you think about golfing? Let's hear your opinion. And everyone has their own opinion, guys. Because there's people out there that literally they'll spend most of the rest of their life golfing.
Most of the rest of the
They won't see their kids. They'll see a golf ball more than their kids' faces.
Remember when I said people love analytical stuff?
Yeah.
Putting things back in place?
Right.
I think maybe it's something in that.
Really? I think it's just they just want to be outside away from their wife or something.
It looks so boring to me.
I talked to a friend of mine who's a really good skater, and he said he gets just as much fulfillment of hitting a golf ball good than like landing a sick trick. And he's a really good skater.
I'm such a surfer. It feels so against all surfing natures.
But there's so many surfers that
You
golf.
have to dress nice.
Like Kelly, all of them golf.
I don't get it. So Laird sent us this.
He did?
Yeah, he says he's coming to get us.
Who's that guy? Oh.
I think that's his son. Dude, you see the latest clip of Kalani?
Is that Kalani?
Yes, dude. He's at rock bottom. Right? He doesn't even know where he is anymore.
He's gained a little weight.
Dude, this is the dangers of soft tops. Look at him. He can't even get it. He won't get off the board. He's so addicted to the mold hits.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I don't want to. So now he's fiending.
Oh,
that
no.
He's dislocated from the board. And here comes his friend to help. To like, here, dude, let me get... He's like, no, I want the board hits. I want the mold.
Oh, no. Oh, poor cat. Or what's his name? Kalani.
Poor Kalani.
He could... Lydia Spencer just like my Instagram. Whoa.
Oh,
So this
look
is...
at him. He can't even walk. All he can think about is the mold hits.
Why doesn't he stand up right there?
This isn't actually an AA meeting. Dude, it's like he's hit soft bottom. Did you see DJ Khaled? He tried the Iron Lotus.
Oh, he is.
He saw the kid do it, and he's like, I can do it. No problem.
Whoa.
He's going for it. He's doing it. Ooh.
Look at him. He deserves that massage.
Dude, Kylani's unstoppable. Horse foiling?
Is this a new version?
He's horse foiling. No
Whoa.
one thought it could be done. That's his girlfriend running off with his horse. He's like, no, wait. Whoa, honey, wait. There's not enough horsepower.
Are they shooting a new Western movie?
Dude, Italo is the sickest. So Italo heads to the South Shore of Oahu every year,
Yeah.
and he likes to mix it in with the locals. He's like, I want to live in Hawaii. Look at him shaking that junk.
So he just kind of acts kookish.
This is Italo's mating junk call,
Yeah.
and this guy behind him is like, whoa, God, I
Whoa.
want to get my hands on them
Look
nuts.
how he wipes his lips.
So he's doing the helicopter for this guy. So this guy's like, oh my gosh. And like, Italo's doing the helicopter. He's like, the meat spin. And this guy's like, God dang, I'm actually kind of hungry right now.
Is that Ron Machado's old chef? You know, surfers portrayed in films and cartoons are always so chill and relaxed and so nice. But there's so many clips out there of people so pissed.
Right.
Like this guy. Like, it's not even a big day.
True. There's probably nothing to get mad about, really.
He just cut him off, and he's like, frick you, bro.
He's probably just head loke.
But watch what he does. Have you seen this?
It actually feels really good to do this. I've
So
done it a lot.
So you're part of the problem. So look, he has to even get out of his
we
way.
just get mad. You know, people get mad driving.
Right, so this is like surf rage.
Yeah.
Look
But
at
this
that.
is classic. Like, that felt good
For the guy.
to make that guy swim.
What I love is the drone, dude. He just knew the whole story.
Well, if people just didn't cut off people,
Yeah.
there's some weird disconnection in people's brains where, like, you can't go on a highway and cut people off or
Right.
you crash and kill people.
Right.
So it's just the same thing, but, like, beginners, they're so selfish. They're like, I'm going to go learn in the most crowded spot.
Right.
And then we look like people that can surf, they look like the bad guys. And it's like,
Oh.
okay, you're going to put our lives in danger.
Right.
And then you're going to get mad because we're getting mad that your board you brought off with sharp knives are in our face.
Right, the fins.
I've been thinking about this a lot because we've been getting so many comments.
Yeah.
People fighting. I was thinking, it's like, you know how there's a fishing license?
Yeah.
Like, maybe there should be a surfing license.
Dude, I like that.
So you have to learn and be officially, like, okay, you have your license.
Right. You have to take a surf test.
So then, crowded spots like this, people have licenses and they actually know what to do.
Or like maybe there's like, okay, you've got a 3-year license. That means you can surf by the pier.
Yeah.
If you've only been surfing for under 6 months, you got to go down towards this spot for safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. What I'm scared is we're going to eventually have police in the water.
So I need to get a surfer's permit, surfing permit.
That's kind of a good idea.
I like. I don't know how it could be implemented or ever work, but I like the idea.
Oh, no.
She's killing it.
Wow. This is so real. Because, look,
Oh yeah,
see her walking the longboard?
yeah. And then
Look, this board's doing the exact same thing. Like, it's going straight under the water. Like, she's hanging 10, nose diving.
it looks just like a shaky coffee table. Like you and me could just stand on a coffee table and go. Well, here's the thing. I bet she's a sweet lady.
I'm sure she's sweet. This guy's a freaking hero.
I know, dude.
Look at the water. We got it!
Isn't it crazy? He
He
sacrificed
his soul
he
for this
sacrificed
shot.
his life for that. But that
pretty
is
epic.
insane. Look at that, dude. The way the sun's coming in.
It's beautiful.
Morgan Maassen could never do that.
He just sat up in bed. Why I oughta, Ryan?
No, I love Morgan. I have so much respect for in-water photographer, videographer.
In
surfers.
water?
In the water. Anyone can stand on a beach like me, listening to Blink-182 filming. But these guys, they're like, are they all surfers?
Or good swimmers.
Is Morgan a surfer?
Yeah.
See?
Funny story, Morgan almost drowned here.
How's that funny? Because it's so small.
Well, he goes to Tahiti and
I know.
film.
So tell me the story. What happened?
I took him to the point, and it was big,
Yeah.
but not like this.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Come on, Morgan, just go. Let's go in the channel." Like he was like, "I was just in Tahiti for 17 weeks, eating cantaloupes off the African women's."
Kelly's head.
So I was like, "Oh, he's gonna crush this."
Yeah.
But I guess he said, so at the point, there's this bad current,
Right.
and he got stuck in it, and he said the water turned black where he was at, and he said he'd never been more scared in his whole life.
Dude.
He thought he was gonna drown, and it was like head high.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Mark, come! I was like getting mad. I'm like, come on, like, dude, like you're a professional. Let's see it. Because I want, like, the waves were epic, and I wanted to see the sickest shots ever.
Yeah. And he couldn't.
I was like, Morgan's like the first professional coming
Right.
to do this. I was like, he's gonna swim right in it, and the current got him. He said the water turned black, and he like, he was super sick. He almost threw up. He's like, I feel nauseous. I'm like, Morgan, dude, this is Pensacola, Florida.
Well, why did the water turn black?
I guess there's the water line in the bay, so like the Gulf meets the Sound.
Into the okay.
So it like sucked him down, and he said he legit almost died.
I thought you meant something demonic happened. The
And-
water turned black.
And when he got to the beach, he was so freaked out,
Dang.
and I was being insensitive because I've been with him in crazy
Right.
waves, giant
So you're like,
waves,
"What the frick?"
pipeline and Tahiti, and
You're like, you're getting soft.
we're at Pensacola, this little river.
Yeah.
He's like, help, help!
Dude.
And we drove home, and it was so quiet because I was mad, and he's like, oh, I'm scared.
He's like barely alive. You really treated him like that?
I didn't understand. I'm like,
You were
dude,
just frustrated.
Morgan is there that day.
So he went out on a pretty big day for Pensacola and almost died.
It wasn't big at all.
So it's just
It was just the current was bad. And the way the bay was sucking out and the water turned black, and it scared him.
well, that's what's crazy about the beach is tourists come down to our beaches and die every summer.
I know.
It's sad.
They're like sitting in their houses all winter, like, I can't wait to get down there. And
I
the water's
know.
like,
It's sad because like recently there was a story about this NFL player that almost died saving his sons. You would think a big muscular dude. He went out there and like
they sink like rocks.
I know it's sad, but I remember I was down in Bar Beach once and some tourist dragged up dead right there, dead body, a helicopter. The current's nothing to joke about.
Right, Morgan?
Poor Morgan. Why did you like?
Ole! Ha! Ole! Ha! Hoi! 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 Yeah! Yeah! Ha!
Okay. Why is that a thing?
How did this guy get to this?
Oh, that sounded so funny.
It's like this guy was a bull rider, and they gave him a little ski, and he's like, okay, let's get this going. I feel like people sit in the boat like, what are you doing?
Calm down, calm down, Patrick.
This is stuff I used to do on my couch as a kid. Just how much I could, I ate Fruit Loops, and the sugar's hitting my brain. I was like, oh no, Laird. What's the freaking jackhammer freaking lawnmower all about?
I think he's building a torture chamber for you.
Gabby said he's been working on something for me all summer.
Really? What is it?
I don't know, but she sent that clip, and I was like, oh, God.
Dude. So she texted you like, Laird's building something?
Yeah, she sent me this. She's like, Laird's getting ready for you.
Oh, no.
I was like, what?
Can I go with you if you go?
Yeah.
I'm invited.
It's like some kind of new sauna. Dude, they're coming to get us.
Is that Laird?
Who's that guy? Is that Mini Laird?
Whoa. Those things look serious.
Dude, they're serious if they're busting out the electric skateboards. All right, you grab him from the side, and I'll friggin' take him around the back and whip his butt.
Dude, I'm scared.
Oh! What? They're off-roading. They went over that hump. They're serious.
Oh no.
They're getting out the skateboards, the electric skateboard. Look how fast he's going. He's going around the car.
Dude.
Whoa, he's going to go over the shrubbery. Look, he's flying through the shrubberies.
Oh no.
Got him, hun. Got him. Hey, babe. Don't worry, I got him. I killed him. Love you. You're the best, Laird. Let's sauna later. Back up. Wow, this thing off-road's good.
Dude, that is the best ad for whatever they were promoting.
Whoever was the producer of this shoot should be shot in the leg. So I've been working on this new world record.
For what? Like surfing?
Well, it's something no one's ever done before.
What?
So my mom built this like podium at her house so I
Yeah.
could break this record. Press play.
At your house? At her house?
So I hang, and it's called the Nut Slam 9000. And I set all the cardboard boxes to land safely.
Yeah.
But basically, I broke the world record of most wooden planks broken by nuts.
Whoa.
So
What-
now I have a world record.
Did your mom film that?
Dude, you know Ivy Miller?
Yeah.
The surf comedian?
Yeah,
chick?
she's cool.
She keeps sending me like videos in my DMs, and like, I don't know what to think.
Like what, of her surfing?
No, they're like flirty stuffs.
Really?
Yeah, look.
Ivy?
Yeah. Look how beautiful.
What does it mean? So Ivy sends you these?
She sends me these every day, and I'm like, what are these? So, dude, Raymana's at it again.
What's he done this time?
He's taking this chick back to the 12th dimension, but this
Whoa.
time he's boot scooting her from behind.
Wait, hold on. Can we back this up real quick? Did he just shove something in her mouth? Look.
Yeah,
Take this.
It's a pacifier.
Oh.
It's full of drugs to calm her nervous system down.
Yeah.
And he's like, you will surf. She's like, I don't want to. He's like, you will. You're going to get bailout. She's like, no, I don't want to. I want out. He's like, no. Take you to the 12th.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So he shoves that thing in her mouth so she'll shut up.
Yeah. It was like it's full of nicotine.
Oh. So it's like a Zen
Dude,
patch.
freaking Raymana's done that before, but with a jet ski.
What?
He's gotten barreled with a jet skier once, and the jet ski almost hit him in the head.
What?
It almost took his head off.
Dude.
It's crazy.
And where was it?
In Tahiti. So now he's bringing it to the pool.
Look at that. You seem real relaxed today. What's up?
So I adopted a new guru.
Yeah? Like a new mentor, kind of?
He's my guru.
Oh, okay. What's a guru?
Like your leader.
Yeah?
They show you the way.
Like a spiritual leader.
Yeah. He's my spiritual leader.
Yeah?
His name is Prophet Ezekial Prophet.
A lot of people think money can't buy you happiness, and that's because they don't have very much of it. I'm actually here to teach you that the more you pay, the happier you get.
Here's a picture.
So this guy has changed your life.
Dude, all I had to do was give him 100K,
Yeah?
and I attained enlightenment.
Really?
And now I'm happy.
Dang. So it says here, monetize happiness.
So the more money you give, the happier you are.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And now I'm completely enlightened.
So you would recommend this?
Yeah, everyone should give all their money to him.
How do you go? What is his website?
Meaningfulexistence.com. And I'm super happy now. Ever since I gave him my money, I've been so much more happy.
How does giving him your money make you happy?
The more money you give him, because yeah,
Makes sense.
you can pay for happiness. It's pretty easy. Dude, what's up with girls?
In what way? What?
Why are they the way they are?
It's just the way God made them, bro.
Why?
I guess just to kind of tick us off and keep us working. Think about it. If we liked being around them all day, we wouldn't want to go to work.
If we didn't have sex with them, would we want anything to do with them? It's an honest question.
Yeah, I like my wife.
If we took out sex, would men and women still be together? Like, would we...
So you're saying like the way that we're so like naturally attracted to a woman and we want to procreate. If you took out all those needs and desires,
would we be around? I don't know.
I mean, do you still find them beautiful? Like you're attracted to them, or that's out too?
That's out.
Well, then I guess not.
I think we would be fine with trees or something.
Yeah, like because I remember the first time I saw my wife, I was physically attracted to her. I thought she looked cool.
That's what tricked you into living with her.
Yeah. Well, there's also stuff called like love and respect.
I mean, you can love and respect a tree. Why don't we have more options?
Inanimate objects. There are people that marry cars and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Or they try to, or they're in love with their cars.
So they're going down the same road I am right now?
Yeah. So you're on a slippery slope, pal. I've seen someone's in love with balloons.
My love for balloons, it's also a sexual love. When I see a beautiful balloon, my heart starts to flutter and I get aroused.
And he loves the curves of the balloon.
And he loves them?
Yes.
Has a relationship?
Yes.
Maybe they're onto something.
Well, Have you
seen girls around each other? They're ruthless.
Dude, they're meaner. Yeah.
They'll kill each other.
You know what's weird is I remember we would go to like a restaurant and the men could care less what women are wearing. Like what women look at each other's outfits and that's why they dress up.
They're all in competition.
They look at each other's shoes. Oh, look at her jeans. Look at her dress.
They don't even really like us.
No.
It's like, it's them. It's them versus them.
Right. And we're just there.
We're this emotional security. I think our best option is like
trees
and dogs.
Well, I'm not that into trees.
Right. But trees, they give you air.
Right.
Like you couldn't breathe without them.
Okay.
And they stay still. They're quiet. They give you shade. Like they offer a lot.
True.
There's not a lot of downside in the trees.
Some of them have fruit.
Some give you food.
Nuts.
Some give you nuts.
So they're male trees.
I'm a male tree.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe this is... Wait a second. Maybe this is why enlightened beings that like meditate and they don't marry.
Yeah.
Maybe this is what they caught on to.
Trees.
They're just happy with themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe they just found peace in themselves and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want
And so they just wake up happy and then they do whatever they want all day long and they
Right.
help whoever they want and then they go to bed happy like...
Yeah, but then you see stuff like the Dalai Lama asking a kid to suck his tongue. It's got to come out eventually.
Backfire.
It gets sucked into weirder stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's true. I don't really know.
Well,
what the
this
heck
is going to
you're
be an
talking-
ongoing search for me, and I'm going to keep y'all updated.
I was hanging out with your mom the other day, and she said you could hold the most beautiful tune on a clarinet. Not true?
So, dude,
There it is. Is that a clarinet? What is that?
The clarinet. Oh, I did not want to play the clarinet.
That's what she said.
So, in middle school, she's like, you have to be in band. So they, you get to school and they put all the instruments out.
Weird.
So my mom and sister, they're shoving the clarinet down my throat. Lydia, she's like, I have this clarinet's actually $5,000 and it's pure oak wood. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't want to play it. So
And little did you know.
they had all the instruments out. And so the trumpet, I'm trying as hard as I could. Couldn't do it. It's like, I tried the drums. I did it wrong. I tried the triangle. I did it wrong. Like,
They give you one try.
I did everything. Saxophone. I tried them all. And then last was clarinet. And I was like, so on the clarinet, I was like, I'm going to mess up on purpose. So I grab it and I go to mess up. And it goes, like it goes perfect. It's just, and my mom's like, oh my God. It's fulfilled. The prophecy is fulfilled.
So maybe because you tried to mess it up, you did it right.
Dude, That was the best I ever played it. I remember it was like, and I was like, I was trying not to do it, and it was so good. It was like I was hitting notes they didn't think was possible. And the music teacher, she was freaking out. She was hugging my mom. He's like, yay! And they made me be a clarinet player. And I said, no, I won't do it. And they're like, you're doing it. So I remember I got to band class my first day.
They hand you the clarinet.
Oh, dude. Also, I was so embarrassed to have the clarinet. So I stuffed it in my backpack. So I like stuffed it with the books and it made my backpack like this much higher. So I put it on. I was like, and people walked. I looked like a lurch, like a big hump on my
rifle.
It looked like I had a hump on my back. And I was like, and I remember walking into class, and I'm in 6th grade. I'm so scared of girls.
Yeah.
The whole class is girls, not one boy.
What?
And I was like, and every girl's like looks at me like,
oh, in band class.
in band class, and I was like, ah. And I had the last seat right in the front, and I was like, oh no.
And you had to like whip your
So I'm
clarinet.
Oh, and the worst too, like they tasted terrible.
Oh.
Use the same reed every day.
Why? Don't you get a fresh reed?
You'd get a fresh one every couple weeks,
Oh.
and they start stinking. You're like, "God."
But then you get on there and you'd be Kenny G.
What was terrible was I was actually good at it,
Yeah.
and I was first chair.
And you hated it.
I hated it. And because you have to sit in the front of the class, you're right in front of the orchestra lady. What's funny is I have a picture in band class still.
Still? Dude.
Like this picture.
We should go in there. You look so happy to have it. Do you still have that clarinet?
Lydia does.
Dude, we should go get it.
What's funny is I can't play it at all now.
Oh. Act like you can't do it, and you could do it. So we've kind of talked a little bit about your sister in the past. The famous one.
Famous one.
Abigail Spencer. What was it like growing up with your sister? Abigail.
It was very interesting. Like, she's 6 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
So she was,
Big gap.
yeah, there was a big gap. It was like living with Madonna or Barbara Streisand is my favorite example.
Okay.
Because she was so into singing and dancing.
Right.
young.
Like nonstop.
She used to set up a VHS camera on herself, and she'd just be tap dancing for hours. Like in the bathroom, I hear, tick, 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 tick.
So just like performing.
Don't tell me how to live, papa. So she was singing. My mom and Abby were singing all day long. Like my brain would hurt. I'm like, shut up! I'm trying to watch Rugrats.
Via Telerosa.
Oh, that's their like.
Dude, that song, I always remember them.
Hija de Rosa. My mom and sister would sing that at church every like
5 minutes.
Christmas or something.
Yeah, it's the road that Jesus walked down with the cross.
And that was like their big one.
Yeah.
Where people paid the big bucks to come watch. So like, oh god, every Christmas I'm like, God, I don't want to hear it again. Like,
We love you guys. Oh.
and people would wait for it. But my mom and sister, they were so competitive with each other.
Were they really?
You know, like,
Well, that's cool.
what's funny is we would go to church, and Oma, our grandmother,
Yes.
she loved hearing them sing.
Oh, freaking.
And
loved
me,
it.
I would sneak these. I had surf earplugs, and I would put them in before church, so I didn't have to hear them
Are you serious?
because I hated it
Dude.
so much. Because all day long they're singing in the house. La, 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 la. They're battling each other through
And you're like-
walls. So it's Christmas, and so they're singing, and Abby bumped it up a notch. She's like, holy, holy,
Oh, God, here we go.
holy, holy is the freaking Lord. And Lydia, she's like,
This
oh,
is all happening live.
yeah, so I'm sitting here, Oma's sitting here, and they're right here. They're right in front of us. And so my sister bumped it up. And Lenny's like, mm-mm. And the next one, she's like, holy, holy. And she goes higher than Abby. and she hits the highest note. She goes like, "Ah!"
And then she looks over.
And Lydia does the opera voice.
Yeah.
So she operaed her hard. And then my sister bumped it up even higher.
Whoa.
So then they're going so hard.
Yeah.
The whole church stopped. It's your church.
Wait, so they're not on stage.
No, they're
just like
in the
worshiping
crowd.
in the crowd.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they're getting so loud, people just stop singing, and everyone's just watching.
They're
and
in the corner.
And everyone's loving it.
Oh.
And I'm like, I put the ear, I'm like, God, make it stop. So they're like,
And almost like,
yeah, almost like, oh my gosh, they're amazing, aren't they? I'm like, make it stop.
oh.
And then Abby started screaming. And then Lydia takes it up and she's like, ah! And then they're just screaming at this point, and everyone's staring at like,
Oh.
and then after, I was so embarrassed, I like snuck out first. And they're walking through the crowds, and people are like, they're like, that was amazing, and they're like,
I bet you there were some people that weren't. Some people were like, what the?
but it was at my house. It was like that
that's funny.
every day,
I can imagine that.
and it drove me insane.
I remember every Christmas Eve we would listen to Via Dolorosa.
Oh, that was their big hit.
That was We love you guys. I do.
I remember like growing up with Abby, it was like she was born a star.
This is contestant number 55, Miss Abigail Spencer.
Right. She's just naturally,
She was born a Barbra Streisand.
yeah,
So she naturally looked at me as like a...
audience member. Paparazzi.
I was like a secretary. She would come in the morning like,
oh, you were
I'll
her,
have 2 eggs.
you were her assistant.
Yes, I was naturally her assistant.
That's
She's like,
awesome.
but I never did anything. She asked me to do everything.
And you never did it.
I never did one thing. She's like, can I get 2 scrambled eggs? She'd be in bed,
Yeah.
and I would just close her. I'm like,
She's like 11.
she's like, no. And
So
so
she was
all day long, she would order me around, like, we're going to need you to do this. And we're going to need you to do this. She'd have like a clipboard. I'm like, who is this person?
And you would just walk
why do
away.
I live with you? When you're a kid, you don't know why you're with people.
You just accept it.
So at the dinner table, so my brother, he's a half sibling.
Right.
So he wasn't around all the time.
Right.
But when he did, he's 16 years older.
Right.
So I loved my brother because he would make fun of Abby.
Yes.
And me, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, because Abby was yapping at me all day, you know? And Yancey would just make fun of her so gnarly.
Yeah.
Just destroy her. And we'd all be laughing like, ah.
Even your dad?
He was just so good at making fun of
Right,
you.
quick.
And Abby loved it.
Well, that's good. She could see the humor in it.
I think Yancey got Abby prepared for Hollywood.
He was like the mean comment section.
Yeah, he destroyed her, and she just loved it.
Wow.
But
good
what
on
would
you.
happen is my brother was so funny, and I was so funny.
Yeah.
She's the middle child. So we would just be crushing at the dinner table. We'd be crushing it, just like...
Dude,
and
I love it.
She couldn't get in it. So sometimes she gets so frustrated, she didn't know what to do. So she'd just start tap dancing and staring at us. And we're sitting there like... She'd be like...
And you guys were
And
like,
we're just eating, like... She's like, tap dancing as hard. She's like...
so she wouldn't use her words, she'd tap dance.
It's like she couldn't battle us, like, comedic wise, so
Yeah.
she just started tap dancing.
Dude, that is hilarious.
And my mom would be like, "Oh, this is great!"
And your dad is so quiet.
Oh my god, my dad said like 5 words his whole life.
Dude, I heard him. The only time he ever talked to me is because I got in trouble. He goes, "Sounds like a Spencer," or something.
Sitting next to him at the dinner table is like, he was so tan. He's almost
Yeah.
black.
Yeah, he was too tan.
so tan, and like, he'd be so hungry because Lydia would be making food
Yeah.
for him, and he'd be so hungry. He's just like, "Where's dinner?"
Grumpy.
We'd always had Seinfeld playing.
Dude, sick.
So no one would talk at the dinner.
I love it.
And my dad would be like,
Waiting.
and Seinfeld would make him laugh. He's like,
Ugh.
and I remember I always tried to make him laugh,
Yeah.
and it was really hard.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I did it,
You felt like $1 million.
but he wouldn't give me the credit. Lydia would be laughing. And he's like, I'm just laughing at her. I'm not laughing at you.
Weird. He just couldn't admit it. Dude, it's funny. The dynamics that you're explaining are kind of like with me because I was the funny one in my family. My brother is 6 years older than me. He's quiet. My sister is loud and crazy, but she wasn't funny.
Right.
Sorry, Jenny. But I would say something super quick-witted and funny that made fun of Jenny, and I'd look at my dad, and he'd be like, and he would, and then Jenny would look at my dad and get mad if he laughed. So every night I'd try to get my dad to laugh about making fun of Jenny. But say the same thing, but I didn't have another sibling that was funny.
Yeah, my dad was one of those dads. They said, like, I love you, like, every once a year.
Yeah, like in a text.
And me and my brother would, like, argue who he said love you to the most.
That's sad. We're laughing.
He was just like this.
Dude, our dad's...
He was like a piece of driftwood walking, like... He was such a legend.
Yeah.
Like, he was such a legend surfer. So he would walk around the house. He always put socks on his feet, half. He wouldn't put the sock all the way on.
Too much work.
He would put the socks halfway, and he'd walk around the house, and they'd flip.
Why?
He was like...
That's his trademark.
And he never said anything, like...
I'm coming to see you, Laird.
Via de la Rosa.
Yes!
Via de la Rosa.
How's it? Thank you for watching Pinch My Salt, the hit podcast of the world's #1 surfer, Sterling Spencer. You know the rules. Subscribe and tickle that like button. Pinch My Salt.